All right, Coach Tolin. The real season gets underway this week, but let's review what we did since the break, I guess, or before the break, playing Manhattan Christian this week, and before that, the big game against Mid-American Nazarene. What was that game like up in Olathe?
Well, it was a good game for our guys. It was a game that they were looking forward to playing. Obviously, Mid-American Nazarene not only knocked us out of the national tournament last year, but it's an outstanding program. They don't get beat very often in their gym, and our guys were really looking forward to the opportunity to play up there. And I thought they really did a good job preparing. And then once the game started, played very well for the most part. Very well the first half. In fact, we were up 18 at half. And of course, Mid-America, a lot of fight in them, good program. They got back to within 5 or 6, and then our guys kind of settled down and went back to work. And ended up winning by 9 or 10, something like that. So it was a good win, and hopefully we've learned a lot from it, and it'll pay off down the road.
Was there any concern in that game about the new guys getting that quick lead and holding on like that?
Well, again, they're experienced players. They may not be experienced here, but they've played a lot of games, whether it be junior college or wherever they came from. So that was a good thing. But it was. I mean, it's the first time we were playing on the road against a really good team that we had a lead. Of course, we've been to Southeastern and had the other situation where we were down. We knew we would battle back and fight if we got down, but we got a little careless. But again, I felt like after the game, you got to give Mid-American Nazarene some credit. I mean, they've won a lot of games up there, and they weren't just going to go through the motions and finish out the game. They were going to battle and fight, and they made some good shots and made some good plays. And that, coupled with us being careless, allowed them to get back and have a chance to turn it completely and win the game.
And then we followed that up with the Friday game with Central Bible, then Manhattan Christian this week. And those games weren't necessarily a test on the scoreboard, but maybe a little mental test for the guys.
Well, I thought the Central Bible game, we played okay the first time, but I thought we played better. We had several things that we felt like we could do defensively better, and I thought there was a noticeable difference in what we did defensively. The Manhattan Christian game, I know it's hard to get ready to play, but that was as good a Manhattan Christian team as they've come in here with, and there were enough good minutes you were encouraged. There were some other minutes where you're going, boy, we really weren't very interested there. But for the most part, it was pretty good. I guess jumping back still to the Central Bible game, I thought the guys that came off the bench really did a good job. We didn't get off to much of a start that game, but the guys that came off the bench, I felt like really on both ends of the floor got us going. And one of those, I did single out one guy. I thought Heath McKay probably played his best game he's played since he's been here. Not only offensively but defensively, and in terms of being a leader at the point guard. And I was really encouraged with the way he played in that game and the way he's been playing.
And that all leads up to the big game on Thursday, Oklahoma City coming into town, and you don't get much of a break after that before you get Mid-America.
Well, it's the third year I think we've done this, starting conference immediately after Thanksgiving, and it just seems so early. You're not used to it yet, but boy, they all count. I mean, we lost the first one last year and ended up being the difference between first and second place. So we've got to be ready. I know Oklahoma City will be ready. I think they're working hard to try to get OCU basketball back to where they think it should be. Got really good athletic guards and a strong defender, rebounder, a big guy in the middle. And they've played some good teams, played several exhibition games against good teams, and I'm sure they will be ready to go. And then Mid-America Christian, immediately after that, it'd be a Saturday afternoon game. I think they've done some impressive things, and probably the most impressive was with a minute to go in the game at Fort Worth against TCU. They're right there in the game and played very well in that game. They've made some major strides, I feel like, and not only in terms of adding good players, but the players they've got back are experienced now playing in this league and better. And I expect to see a much different Mid-America team this year as they go through the conference.
Now, going back to Oklahoma City, those players probably that stuck around and bought into the system now, and probably see a more little team cohesion.
Well, I just from watching the tape, I've not seen him. Kyle's seen him in person. I've not seen him, but on tape, I got exactly that feeling. It looked like they were together. They defend together. They did the things that they were asked to do. The bench was into the game, and very little problem it looked like. So yeah, made some major strides in terms of building the team, and that's no slight to Coach Morrissey. He just was in a tough spot last year, and it was almost a no-win situation. He held it together, and I thought they played well against us both times. The game over there was a battle, and the game here. I can't remember if we were up or they were up one at halftime, but it was a good game. They really played well against us, and I know it'll be an important game to Coach Morrissey and Coach Woolridge coming back over here.
And just looking back through the years at Mid-America Christian, we played them before they were in the SAC, and usually that was a pretty easy game for us. And since they've joined the conference, they just continue to get better, haven't they?
And that, to Coach Holly's credit, when he sat down and decided that heading into this league and NAI was the thing to do, he has a several-year plan. He knew it was going to be difficult, but he has continued to stick with his plan. You've seen steady progress in everything that they've done. And that's not good news for all of us because he's got it figured out and they're heading the right way. He's just going to add another very good team to our league.
All right. Coach Tolin, thanks a lot.
Okay.
Good luck this
Thank
week.
you.